Hello and welcome to the Gamers Table, Independent Edition. It is Friday, and we are reviewing
Crowns.
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 Looks like Cronins or something on the cover.
It's kind of a difficult font to read.
Crowns.
Anyway,
So it's a two-player game. Variant on chess. You know all you guys
Very
say,
loose variant.
you know
on
guys
chess.
say that the chess is boring. Chess needs something to spice it up. Well, this
No.
is chess with guns.
I like that it's its own game. You know, it's not really chess, it's not checkers, it's not any other strategy game really. You got a variety of choice in this, which is pretty cool.
It's got
Nah,
it
it's not
uses
enough like
range
chess.
attack on a few of the pieces, which is really cheap.
Yeah.
If you're a chess player and I can capture your piece without actually moving my piece into danger. That's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll run my elephant all over your ass. You'll be
What is
done
that? The
for.
trebuchet or whatever that does that, or this one?
Archers too.
The ballista.
Yeah. Oh, the ballista. That's it. Not trebuchet.
So they have the pieces set up into three different tiers. The bottom tier, which are your swordy guys and your shieldy guys. And then your mid tier that has the
Archie guys.
cavalry,
Jeez.
man at arms, and archers. See, I can see the table
Horsies,
now.
Archies,
And then you got your top tier,
Swordsies.
which is the tower, the elephant, and the ballista. And you also have the crown, which is what you're trying to ultimately protect. Now, you're going to have 14 pieces on the board, choosing 8 from the bottom tier, 4 from the mid tier, 1 from the top tier. And you put
Plus
this
your crown.
handy dandy sheet on the red zone in the middle of the board. Neither side will see what the other side picks. Neither side will see how the other side lays them out until it's time for you to begin.
Which is kind of cool.
Because you have more than the 14 pieces. So you're going to select what your army is, but you're going to pick one of the big tough ones. If you have the ballista, you're not going to have the siege tower. You're not going to have the elephant.
You could possibly have an absolutely different game every time you play.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
I like the variety in this game that you get to pick your army out. You got 8 of this, 4 of this, 1 of this. Arrange it however you want. I don't see what you're putting out. You don't see what I'm putting out. So you can really tailor the army the way you want it to be. You can try to mess with your opponent. If you played a lot of games with him, like, I know he likes a ballista, so I got to take the elephant because I know it's really strong against the ballista and hopefully beat him up. But, I can always change up my strategy. And then who knows what.
Graphically, I find that the red pieces don't stand out against the background enough. The printed stuff on them, it's a
Yeah.
little hard to see.
A little bit, not that bad.
And it's 9x9 board, not an 8x8 board, so it's different than chess pieces. One thing you really need to watch for, that Ken and I in our first game spent a few minutes laughing about, these pieces only move on an angle, and they can only capture pieces they land on. So I put all my little swordy guys on the white squares, and Ken puts all his little swordy guys on the black squares. We will never be able to capture each other's piece.
I find the ballista very powerful. Because in chess, in order to capture a piece, you'd actually have to move on the spot it was at. Where this one, you got ballista and archers, which can just remove it from without having to take that space, which I think is very, very powerful. Like, that's something you can't do in chess. There's a lot of key in here, and a lot of these colors are similar. I wish you would have used different colors on it. Like, you got a purple for moving, capturing without movement, which is red, moving and capturing with this kind of pink, and then they got a sort of pink moving to purple, which is charged through movement.
And it's a slightly longer arrow, too.
And a slightly longer arrow. So you're looking at all these pieces, trying to figure out what they do, and they got a whole bunch of arrows sticking out of in various spots. You got a little line in front of the shield, which means it can't be captured from the front. There's a lot of variety happening in this game. It's a little confusing learning how the pieces move.
We have the sheet, the big sheet that goes in between the two players while they set up, which gives everybody the idea of how many of each type that they need to put in and what they can all do. But then we have the board here, which is a really nicely done board. Nice artwork on it, nice and clean. But look at this. Right on this side. Look at this. All this side here. Nothing. This stuff could be replicated here and over here, one this way up, one the other way up, for the two players, so they could look at the board and see how all their pieces move. So they don't have to keep referring to this big sheet. You don't have to set this big sheet up somewhere off to the side where everybody can see it. Yeah, granted, you play the game enough, you're going to know, or you could use the rule page, one page, that's all the rules there are, to be keeping track of what you do. But it would be nice to put it on the board so I don't have to look it up anywhere. It's going to be right there. And it could be done represented small on one side of the board.
The crown in this game
Just
can
moves around.
just move. It cannot even take anything. It can move in any direction, but it's just running for its life. It can't take anything.
And the thing about this one too, depending on the setup you choose and the pieces you choose, it's possible to have a very, very quick game or clearly, unwinnable game, depending on how the other person set it up and the pieces they've chosen.
Which
You
is
lose
good, I
one
think.
particular piece, you could be completely out of the game, depending on the setup again.
In my last
We had a
couple
very quick
games,
game.
Yeah,
last
we-
couple games, I found the setup was best to take knights and elephant over archers or ballista because they all have the charge through.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
the guy's thinking, okay, that's going to move up here and take that piece and then stop. It's no, I'm not. I'm going to take that piece and keep barreling on. Now my elephant's standing right beside your king. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
You
we had
lose.
we had a good game there too. But with the range though too, you don't even have to move your pieces. And the thing about the range is they can fire over your own and enemy pieces to pick out specific pieces. So hey, you could possibly fire over a couple of rows of figures just to get to the crown and just ping them off from a distance.
Oh yeah.
That's how cheap the range is. It's not like in the knights they can hop over pieces in chess and stuff. They still have to.
Yeah, only thing that can get over pieces is the arrows. You can't
Yeah.
walk through even your own
But
stuff.
there are a lot of ranged in this game, possibly.
But I know you guys had the problem when you both played ballistas, and it found
Yeah.
unevenly matches. And, well, Sean and I were looking at, and see,
Well,
the
we had-
ballista,
Yeah.
yes, you got a ranged attack, but your range is 3. My elephant has charge through at 4. I can stand, get ready. I'm 1 out of your range. Here I come. Your ballista is going down next round, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it.
Yeah, well, like you
Except
said,
for
we
move
picked
the
the same
ballista.
one.
Then I move the elephant in line. We can start doing dance the piece, but
Yeah,
then
there's-
I'll move other pieces.
yeah.
Your ballista isn't the ballista is not all powerful if you have pieces that can take it out without getting into range.
Well, we need to play. So wrapping up.
Yeah.
For crowns.
Theme. It's an abstract chess checkers type variant. There is no theme, and there doesn't need to be a theme.
No.
I mean, there's pieces that are based on different war type things, the same as chess pieces are called different war type things. They have nothing to do with it. Easy to play. Easy to know how the pieces move.
Well,
There is a lot of strategy in here. The more you get a couple of experienced players that have played a lot of chess and don't give a lot of variables of the range, you can see a fairly long game. It's not going to be easy to walk into it. Fun to play. If you're into an abstract game and you like this kind of thing where you're moving around, it can be fun to play. I give Crowns an 8.
This game is very mano a mano, one-on-one. You got your secret thing set up here. He's got his secret thing set up here. You reveal, and then you go at it. And it could be fun. It could be very unbalanced. It really depends. I give Crowns an 8.
well, I love chess. I've played chess quite a bit. Not too much recently, but I like the consistency of it. I like how everything just works perfectly and everything. You can still get many different games and there are millions of combinations, whatever. This one here, you can change up your pieces, you can change up your strategies and everything, a number of times. I don't know what it is. I don't know. The variety in this is good, but it can also, I don't know. I really don't know where I'm going with this. I'll just give it an 8 and leave it at that.
So that's it for this episode of the Gamers Table Independent Edition. Tune in next Friday when we review another game.
Because that's what we do.
And that's it for this episode of the Gamers Table, independent episode. Fuck. And at least I didn't call it an epidemic.
Who's
Independent
that?
episode.
No, wasn't that you?
No, it was you when you had the.
I started to say it.
Isle.
Well, I didn't actually say D. I was thinking it, but I didn't
You
actually
said
say.
it. Watch the outtakes.
I said oh yeah, I almost
you
said
did.
epidemic there.
So some of you are wondering about the different scores and how that Chimera Isle could get a 7 and Crowns get an 8. Does that mean Crowns is a better game than Chimera Isle? When I judge a game, you know the three things, the theme, easy to play, fun to play. Those are the three things that I judge it on. But a game like Chimera Isle, that is a social, very large group game, is judged on completely different criteria overall than a 2-player abstract game like Crowns. So the 8 that Crowns get doesn't really translate to the 8 that Chimera Isle could get, or the 8 that Battlestar Galactica could get. They're all different games, and they're judged on different criteria. I'm just giving you an overall, if you like this type of game, like this type of experience, this is how good it is.
Hail, Seek Softan! We bring you provisions. Hail! Softan's hurt!
He's not hurt. He's dead.
Shut up, Far!
He's dying. I'm amazed he survived this long.
We've been tricked. Someone has been ahead of us every step of the way.
I name you Thief of the Scroll.
They killed Will Strongarm! I saw them! Oh, I'm sure they'll try for me next!
Trace? Blackwings? Oh, Simeon! Why did you have to take everyone from me? Ah!